Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about why I'm losing. Let's get to it. For today's sponsor, we have an e-scooter. Hi boy! This is the ESMAXPRO. Oh, I did it backwards. Dang it. All right, this is a foldable scooter. So it's got a little hook right here, and it's got a little latch right here that hooks into. Basically, we undo this one and fold down. Basically just like that. And now this is like your handle, so you can carry it and the whole thing is folded. All right, we're searching for device. All right, mileage 0.0. Got 69% power, riding time, speed mode. So you've got 3 different speed modes. You've got sport, E is like economy. So sport gives you, I think, up to 22 miles per hour. Economy is 11 miles per hour. Drive is 16 miles per hour. You've also got cruise control, so very cool. Things that I think are cool, it actually has shocks. So got a little bit of suspension, both front and rear. So the rear kind of pivots around here and kind of allows for a little bit of suspension. It's also got a rear tail light. It's got a headlight. There it is. That's the front headlight. When you turn that on, it's also got kind of some side marker lights to help be visible at night. So this e-scooter has a 46-mile range. That is a long way. Has a 650 watt max motor. And I would say this is very much a robust design, so meaning it would be good for adults or kids. It has 11-inch pneumatic tires. Yeah, it goes pretty quick. It's got nice suspension. So with the holidays coming up, I think this is a great gift idea. If you're interested in having fun, getting around, have kids that want this sort of thing, I'll leave a link in the video description below. So I thought it'd be time to post a video about my channel, about successes, failures, and why I feel like I'm losing. For some of you who don't know, I started this channel maybe about 4 years ago, maybe even it's been 5. But it kind of started out as just an unlimited external hard drive. I wanted to be able to access videos as I took apart cars, just figure out what I did and be able to rewatch it. I actually still do that quite a bit. And yes, I have to watch commercials on my own videos. So I really never had intentions of making it big on YouTube. As things started to progress though, I became more and more interested in YouTube, meaning like it was a hobby within a hobby. So I started paying more attention to what worked, what didn't work, what some of the other creators were doing. And let me tell you where I started, and let me tell you some of the things I've learned. One of the channels I was following, and probably had a heavy influence on me, was B is for Build. This is a channel that builds lots of cool cars. I kind of started right around the time they were doing the Lotus. And one of the things I thought was cool is like, it's this guy in his garage, you know, fixing up these really cool cars. So that's kind of where I started. And I probably copied a lot of his style just because I didn't know what else to do. So it's more of a, I'll call it like a vlog style, like, hey, here's what we're doing today.
What's up everybody, this is B is for Build. I'm Chris, we're here today working on the Lotus Evora. We're gonna be working on a couple things in this episode. We got all of the supplies that we need to build our own custom air intake.
Let me take some time lapse, let me show you something cool. And that was kind of the video. I will say this style probably doesn't work that well for me. I think it works for some people, those that have really engaging personalities, that have really entertaining content, that basically people want to just tune in just to listen to the guy talk. That's not me. Let me show you a couple other channels that I feel like are similar. So this is Salvage to Savage. They have a really cool channel. I started following them when they were doing their C10 electric truck. And you can ask them, but I feel like they're kind of in my same boat. So let me tell you about the YouTube aspect and why I feel like I'm losing. Some of these channels like B is for Build, Salvage to Savage, I feel like they're kind of running into the same things that I am. So basically the subscriber count keeps going up, which is awesome. The views actually do not seem to be going up. They seem to actually be going down. So I'll show you kind of some of the views here from playlists or videos from these channels, as well as my own channel. Here is B is for Build. One of the series they did was a GTR, and just look at the views. The very first one, 6.3 million, 2.3, 1.7. So all these are like million views. That's incredible. I'll take you to some of their most recent videos, and we're like 187,000, 197, 171, 159. So you can imagine going from a build series that's getting you 1 million views to going to a build series that's getting you like 100,000 or 200,000. You can imagine that be very frustrating, and you're not quite sure why. Very similarly, here is Salvage to Savage. Again, one of their more popular builds. Their C10, that's a Tesla truck. But essentially, again, they're not as big a channel as B is for Build, but they're like 200,000 subscribers, but you see they're getting like 200,000 views, 200,000 views, 150, 200. There's one that's 500, 200. So again, tons and tons of views. If we go back to what they're doing now, so we got like 12,000 views, 14,000 views, 11,000 views, 11,000 views, 21, 15. So you can see quite a big difference. So in case anybody's wondering, the average view is about 14% of your subscribers. So if you've got 100,000 subscribers, an average video should get you about 14,000 views. So that means B is for Build should be getting like 250,000 views per video. That also means that Salvage to Savage should be getting around 22,000 views per video. That means my channel should be getting around 20,000 views per video. So that is not happening, and it can be pretty frustrating to be putting in a lot of effort not to see it hit kind of average numbers. You might be saying, why is that? The problem is you. Now when I say that, it's not really the viewer's problem, but viewers are very particular, and they're always on the lookout for like the next crazy, amazing build. So these channels like B is for Build, Salvage to Savage, it's not like their production quality's gone down, it's gone up. It's not like their fabrication skills gone down, they've gone up. So they're getting better and better, yet they're getting fewer and fewer views. So it is super competitive, and lots of channels have just resorted to just going bonkers with wild, outrageous builds because that's what gets the views. So one of the things with YouTube, it is a competitive landscape, meaning everybody's competing for your eyeballs. So if you are not on somebody's top 5, maybe even top 2, you will not be seen. I guarantee you there's some people on this right now that are watching saying, hey, I remember you did this, and I haven't seen a video since. So meaning no video of mine has gone across their feed in like the last 6 months. I'll say one of the reasons is YouTube's algorithms keep changing. So it used to be that whenever you put something out, it would kind of notify and give your subscribers all a chance to view it. Now I'll say they'll send it out to the first 1,000 people, and depending on the click-through rate, they will either not show it to them or they'll give them an opportunity. So if you want to make sure that it always shows you my videos to give you the opportunity to choose to click or not click, you have to hit the little bell icon at the bottom. That's the only way that'll make sure to notify you. Otherwise, YouTube kind of makes that decision for you. I think one of the challenges that is a little more specific to me, I actually got a lot of exposure from Zach from the channel Jerry Rig Everything. We collaborated a lot on his electric Humvee. I got a lot of people coming over from that, a lot of subscribers, which is fantastic. However, that also meant the bar was pretty high, meaning I kind of had to be at Jerry Rig Everything level to kind of maintain those sorts of subscribers. I'm just not Jerry Rig. I'm not Zach that can make everything cool. So what that means is when they show my content to these sorts of subscribers, they're like, nah. And so that means all my videos kind of just tank, which is, it's a challenge, meaning this is my challenge. I'm definitely not blaming anything, but it's very hard to get videos that are like actually really exciting for people. So let me tell you where I see the algorithm going and some of the places I've seen success. So as mentioned, my early style kind of adopted more of the B is for Build, like a vlog style. And I would say that style does not do very well in today's YouTube. So I think what does well in today's YouTube is the car has to have a story. So I'm sure most people that have watched car videos or into car videos have seen Tavares's channel where he is doing a McLaren build. And this McLaren was washed out by one of the hurricanes. It was seen kind of floating, and he decided to buy it and rebuild it. So let me tell you why this is successful and some of the other ones are not. So if I just get a random McLaren and say, I'm gonna rebuild it, a lot of people think that's cool. However, if you get like, I'll call it like a famous McLaren, then like a lot of people wanna watch. So again, another YouTube video creator that does a lot of car content, is Matt Armstrong. And again, he bought another YouTuber's crashed build and he rebuilt it. He bought a crash build from some famous soccer player. So again, because it has a story, everybody's a lot more interested. I was building my own car just kind of as a hobby. This is the Porsche. And I thought this will be cool. And it's got a little bit of a story and actually does better than some of my other videos. However, this does not have like a celebrity story, some hurricane story. So not quite as entertaining or not quite as captivating as something like that. The other thing is I did lose my primary employment.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Tried to spin this into a full-time gig where I can get paid to build some cars. That has been amazing to turn a hobby into something that I can actually try to live off of. However, that doesn't always come with like a cool story. So it's a customer car and they want to convert it. It's like, that's awesome. That's what I love to do. I love to make people's dreams come true, but it doesn't necessarily grab the YouTube audience. So you might be saying, nice, thanks for the downer video. So no, we're not going to end like that. Recognizing this, I've talked about this before, but one of the things I think I want to try and do is do a build that involves some investors. I'll show you here a build strategy that I'm trying to kind of employ. This one is from Gas Monkey Garage. They built a 6x6 Humvee with a Hellcat engine. So this sort of build, you can really imagine this one does really well for YouTube, and they sent it to auction. It was $750,000, so $750,000 is what it sold for. So I'd like to set up an investment program where I can get a group of investors. We can come up with a really great build idea that will both capture YouTube as well as be very profitable at the end. Because there are some things that capture the internet, but you can imagine they might not sell well when they're done. Like every investment though, we might go through this, we might build it, and it might not pan out. So investments do come with potential earnings, but they also come with potential lack of earnings. So going forward, this is one of the things I want to do. So I will have my regular customer builds and I will still post on that, but I also want to do a little more ostentatious builds. With these builds will hopefully come more recognition, higher selling points at auctions, and hopefully we can just build and build on that. So this will help grow the channel, keep things interesting for you. That way I will not be losing my channel. So the Porsche actually might be a good example of this. I actually started this one as my own personal build. I used my own personal funds. This was a hobby, something I was going to do, I was going to keep. Now that I've lost my job, it becomes much more challenging to put money into a project that I can't get any money out of. So it might be a project like that where we say, look, let's take some of the investor money. That way we can finish that project, sell it, have everybody recoup their money, hopefully plus some. And again, that's maybe a little more entertaining project for the YouTube community. So if you're interested in being an investor, please let me know down in the comments, or you can send me an email at electricsupercar@gmail.com. A couple other things I want to cover. My Patreon supporters already know this, but I do have my next build. This actually crosses a threshold for me. So I always thought I could work and do 2 cars fairly comfortably in my garage, but I said if I ever got 3 or more, I definitely wanted to look at getting some space, some garage space that I could lease, work on cars, and also hire more people. So that brings me to 2 things. If you're in the Salt Lake City area and you're interested in employment, please also comment below or send me an email. Also, if you know somebody, that would be great. If you also happen to know lease space or know people that might have lease space, let me know again in the comments below or send me an email, electricsupercar@gmail.com. If this is the first time in a while that you've seen one of my videos, please comment below. Let me know what it is that kept you from coming back. We'll try and incorporate more of that. Hopefully we'll see you guys more and more on these videos as we create better and better content. That'll do it for this time. See you next time. With these builds, hopefully will come from YouTube, a little more crazy. That's probably not the idea. Set up an investment program. Please leave a note